Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Tom Mizzle. You watch my channel S14, and I'm back doing a review of Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 2, All Aboard the Gaslight Express. That's a long ass title. Jail. These people, these titles, it's like let's get with the program. But yes, y'all, I'm here doing Atlanta. You know, we had no live this past Sunday, so I'm giving you these reviews here and get to it. And I'm excited. So far, season 14 of Atlanta has been really good. Oh, to the point that I'm not annoyed by it so far. It's like it's refreshed. So if they kept with this going, I could see myself finishing the rest of the season. Because Atlanta, I had this up and down relationship with the season, with the show, and so far I'm enjoying it. It's go back to how it used to be, where there's not too much crazy, venomous, conniving, cutthroat type of shade and being mean spirit. It's like lighthearted shade, talk back at each other, and it's how you speak. All right, let's go into it and talk about the episode because it's a couple things we got to discuss, and I'm trying not to make this too long like I did with the Weekend Love and Marriage Huntsville. But hey, let's get to it. Sonya. So Sonya's a new housewife, and she basically tells us that she have basically whole family living in Atlanta in that one household. It's 9 people. It's her son, and her husband. Deuce Ross, Ducey, and then she have a mom and dad, and then she had her sister and her husband with their 2 boys. I said that's so many people in the house. Like, listen, y'all want to save money, y'all want to all split the bills or something like that. It is what it is. But I guess they have to pay no mortgage or anything. I mean, they could pay the whole house with no problem. But to have all the people in the one house, I said, listen, I got my old studio right here. I'm not sharing no places. Nah, if it's push coming so when I had to do something for a family member and they down and out, we'll check. But other than that, nah, I like my space. And I think her sister said that too. She said, going for my own place to come to Atlanta and to be in here. I don't know, child. And I was like, okay, but why did y'all decide to uproot and just move to Atlanta? I mean, I know Science said she want her whole family to be in Atlanta for the year. And if after a year, they're going to see what's going on from there. But I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I would do all that. That's me personally. Okay, I don't know if I would do all that. But they was arguing about some beef patties. Like, I don't really eat beef patties like that. I said, okay, well, I don't care. Y'all can come at me in the comment sections. I don't care. I don't really eat beef patties. I only eat the inside. So that's the purpose of eating a beef patty, because the main part of the beef patty is the crust, right? But I don't care. It is what it is and everything. So they were talking about beef patties, and then they had their own box of beef patties from the Jamaica because her mom bought some beef patties from home. Oh no, she bought jerk sauce. So I guess she also bought beef patties as well. She bought jerk sauce and beef patties, and they all had their own boxes. That's like a big thing in the house, and they had a little tiff going on about the beef patties. And I was like, okay. So the mom was making some beef patties, and then they was going like they were about to go at each other's throats about the beef. I was like, what the hell? And they said, listen, this is how it is. We usually good, but when beef patties is low, we go to the deep end. I said, oh, beef patties? Then I was saying, listen, I'm ready to bring some more beef patties in the house too, and let go lower the beef patties, eat them shits up, so you can see what the hell y'all got to say. If y'all get all meat spirit with the beef patties being low, I need to know how you really feel. So don't need to get drunk, get the beef patties going on. So that's it, and we want to see how that goes because Sonya didn't ask us a question, and she was speaking of how we go from our own space and coming together. And the mom said, "Well, I was on too." Like you saying, she was saying she asked me a question. Like, "Mom, calm down." Her mom is something. Their mom is something else, but that's going on. Now, Sheree invited Ken to her Chateau Sheree, and I must say, Chateau Weeks. I remember people who are Housewife fans and Atlanta fans know how long she was trying to build a house. Like, it was years and years and years. And I said, Sheree must got a lot of money coming in because I don't know how the hell she could build all that stuff on her own. But then again, you stay in the house for who? By yourself. You better have people in the house with you too. if I had built a chateau charade like this with all these bedrooms and bathrooms, my kids could stay in the house too. They long as they pay me some rent. Like the money. Give me the money up. Pay the rent. Pay some money up for this lights, for this thing. Cause I know having all that in that house, it could run your electricity and some water bill and all that stuff like that, and heat and Sheree, where's your bills all about? Anyway, cause I want to know. Yeah, you should have your whole family. Like that house with Sonya family should be living in too. Like get all the family together and y'all live in the house. So we can be all good. But she finally finished the basement because last time when Sheree was having a homecoming, Kenya and I think Candy went down. Who was it? Yeah, I think it was Kenya and Candy, something like that. Two of them went downstairs and tried to check the basement, and it was not finished. Child, this time Sheree said, I'm going to invite you over, Kenya, and I'm going to show you my basement. Child, she showed her basement. Her basement looking nice. I said, all right, Sheree, you better do it with the basement going on, girl. It was looking nice. I enjoyed it. I like it. I said, damn, Sheree, you really did a good job. And I said, mm-hmm. Now, can't say nothing now. And Ken said, oh my God, what? You did this, you did, yeah. So remember last time Ken was the one who went downstairs to look at it and it was not finished. And she said, oh my God, she's so out. Her basement was finished. She said something was finished. I said, Kenya, child, who would explore and go out and venture in somebody else's house like that? But, it got to be Kenya fashion. So after that went down, I think Kenya and Sheree was talking, and basically Sheree was telling Kenya that Marla had a couple of things to say. One was the white refrigerator. Oh, you got a white refrigerator, honey. Oh no, put your shoes on. Let's just find yourself a home. I love saying that because that was funny. But the white refrigerator, and then it says something about bombing a car for Lisa Ray, and she said, I don't know. I said, Sheree, you still a bona fide bone collector. I hear that. Child. So they call Sonya and get Sonya to see if she can confirm the story. And Sonya said, yeah, she was saying some things about you and everything. And they have to go. But then Ken was telling Sheree what Candy told her. And I said, okay, Candy, Sheree is back. So you don't need to be the bone collector and bone carrier anymore. Sheree can do her title. But I guess Candy said, listen, I'm still here. And I'm gonna still do the mini me Sheree, and I still do the mini bone collect carrier because Kenny is on one this season too. So Kenny told Kenya that basically Drew told her that the sister that we saw, it's a healthy libation. The taste bud moving and your hips grooving, honey. Legendary Bird up in the house. She said, okay, you remember that episode? Yes, Miss Honey. And so that assistant worked with Sheree and also worked with Drew. And Drew assistant, I think his name is Anthony, was telling her bad things about Sheree and everything. And it's how that Sheree didn't even pay him. And Sheree was telling Drew some personal business about Sheree. And I was like, yeah. But Sheree said, listen, he's not really my sister like that. I only called on him when I need him. But other than that, he's not my consistent assistant. So that was that. So Sheree said, oh, okay, that's interesting. So Ken said, you might have to talk to Drew about that and y'all get about that. I see my damn sister is messy and he going back and forth and telling you some things, but based on the trailer, we see that Drew and Sheree go at it for a little bit. So that's that. So then they talk about Marlo and how Kenya said Marlo got some chia pet surgery. I said, not a chia pet. Chia. Not the chia pet. Yeah, she called that. And what else? So Kenya also told Sheree about the situation with this assistant. I said, Kenya, you on one of this scene. You was about to tell everything. All right, so that's that. We are not about to do this with Drew. We is not about to do this with Drew and Ralph and they take a saga over here. It's like They already gave us a lot last week, and they still piling on this week. But Drew, Ralph, and the family, they all were sitting down eating. They have a chef, and then basically, I said, Drew, what the hell are you and Ralph do? Y'all need 4+ assistants. I said 4 assistants. Like, what do you need all that for? What's the assistants is doing? But okay, whatever. And they talked on the table about how Kenny brought up an Instagram post, and that it says that, oh, if I could do it, I could do it, and everything. Basically referring to Drew, like if I wanted to do it, I could do it, everything. So he said he fired her, and she said, okay, so you're not talking to her anymore. He said, no, it's like I fired her. That means I don't do business with her. Doesn't mean that I stop talking to her. And if it's an issue for me talking to her, maybe you need to tell me that it's an issue, then I won't talk. I said, listen, and I won't Drew. I said, I don't need to tell you to know the boundaries of the relationship to let you know that what you was doing with her crossed boundaries in that relationship. So you need to be a discernment and be an adult about it and let her know that you can't talk to her anymore. The fact that you still talking to her after you supposed to fire her, when you know it's a point of a contention in that relationship, means you don't have respect for the relationship and you don't care. Like you fire her, but you still have talking to her like you didn't really cut her off. Cut her off. Like, what is so wrong with that? That's what she could be able to be disrespect Drew in a post and say, if I want to do it, I could do it. Like, you leave that door open for females to disrespect the relationship. And what I'm not going to do is be sitting here and be in a relationship with somebody that you going to let other people disrespect us. Like, listen, I'm not going to do all. I'm not fighting all the females. I'm not calling them up. I'm not being Barbara, Miss Shirley up in here. We not doing none of that. If you can't respect the relationship, I'm not respecting the relationship. We're going to be split. Point period. I'm comfortable being by myself than being with someone who don't want to respect the relationship at all. Period. Benito. But let's go. So, Drew's her confessionals, and they were talking about gaslighting. And the producer said, do you think Ralph is gaslighting you? She said, gaslighting? What that means? Let me look it up. And find the definition. I said, "Dang, you gonna just pull out your phone for every definition you need to find, girl?" So she didn't know the definition of gaslighting. And then when she read the definition, it's like warp your perception of reality. So somebody trying to make you seem like your reality is not what the reality that happened. And it's gaslighting. That's what gaslighting is. And Ralph had been doing that to her, making her feel like she's crazy. Like she asked the questions like, "You went on the whole trip in the whole state," and try to flip it on her. You did this, you did that, all that stuff like that. Every time she asks you, try to flip it on her and make it seem like she is bugging out for something that you are doing, but you don't want her to question you. That's part of gaslighting. Now, when she read the definition, she thought realizes, oh my God, he has been gaslighting. Yes, he has been doing that all the time. Like, what have you been on La La Land? What's going on, girl? Drew, okay, girl, whatever. Go back to that later on. So, Candy was on the phone with Brian, the producer of the Broadway play, because Candy has been doing some partnerships in Broadway plays and everything, and she doing her thing. I said, like, Candy, you better make your money. One thing you could say you cannot say about Candy is like she always a broke. No, you cannot say she broke. She always circulate that money in every way, shape, or form. On the show, her restaurants, the plays, she know how to make money. So I said, okay, Candy, you better get it, girl. So she was talking about a play of Thoughts of a Colored Man. And I said, okay. And I didn't see that. I didn't even know she was part of that. But it is what it is. She's happy because they got some good reviews from some critics. Sometimes the critics can be harsh. And so she was good. So Todd came in and they was talking about finishing the basement or finishing whatever in the place. But before we get to that point, Candy said she just felt like that they have been doing a lot of things together. Because usually when they in the marriage, first time in the marriage, they was doing everything, all business ventures, everything together. But now that he's not part of some projects that she was doing, like especially i.e. this play, I guess she feel like he just shifted a little bit, which I don't know what's up with that. Because she said, "Listen, you've been taking multiple trips throughout the year and everything, and we haven't been on the same page. It's not focused. Like we gotta get on the same page. What she said? What they want thing? Yeah, she just felt overwhelmed and it's sick. And we got to program. So he said, you be missing for months at a time. And you complain about things not being right. It's like, it's not right because you be missing the months and it's going to trips and everything. She said, what you been doing in Miami? What you doing? He said, well, I'm just hanging out, chill. I said, okay, whatever. So they went downstairs to the pool area because they said they had to finish that area. But then again, they didn't finish it. They had the layout. Todd had the layout going on for both before and after. And I said, oh, the new layout looked nice. Now they realized they had put just junk in the figure area, toys, boxes, all over that. I was like, get those stuff up so you get the water going on. You can have your pool, the pool parties and stuff. But I was slacking. And then he mentioned a place he has a condo in Jersey. He said maybe we could just put some things at the apartment that I have in the condo. So Todd told us that him and his ex had a condo together. But eventually they broke up. And I guess the house was in their names and she never decided to refinance the house. So he ended up, and his name was still on it. So he ended up having to finish paying it off. And he finished paying it, the house off. Now it's his. And he owned it. And I guess Candy feels some way about it because she said, listen, I don't want to be in an apartment when you and your ex had shared and everything. So I'm good with that. And so she never been there. She said, well, I don't like to keep to your place. And my name is not one thing. He said, you can always come over there anytime. Like, you're not a stranger to coming over there. And we have somewhere. And she said, got a key. He said, I give you the key. It's no issue. But I guess you feel like, listen, I can't do that house. That condo, whatever. So that's that. So Marlo met up with Candy. And Marlo was like, she have 2 boys. It's a hard work. And she want to meet up with Candy and talk to Candy because she's like, listen, I probably need help. And since Candy, businesswoman, she busy and she have children herself. So maybe she could give me some pointers or tell me some things of how to handle it. Because, Monty Marlo, she had to step into that role and take care of her nephews while her sister is incarcerated. So it was like, she took on that role, and now it's hard raising 2 teenage boys. I said, child. And then going through puberty as well. And now she really like, oh my gosh. So she's asking Candy and everything. And Candy was like, the main thing about it, because Sheree ain't telling what to tell you and everything. I said, my main focus is how she get her money. And Marlo said, listen, you've been at me with that for a long time. But yeah, so they played Barbara played the flashbacks of the earliest time that we can remember that Kenny was asking Marlo. And I was like, yeah, Kenny had never let up about how she made her money. Marlo said, listen, what you can say, so listen, and by day, what she said she did? She said, by day I did this, but by night, I'm a dancer. This time I'm a dancer right here. It is what it is. I'm making my money and I'm a dancer. By one day I'm doing something like a store or something. And they had a little kiki about that. And she said, the boys, she said, it's good, but sometimes it does need to take a village. And I know you be sending money for cash out for birthdays and holidays and stuff like that, but sometimes you need more a hands-on approach. I said, oh, we getting at Marlo. What are you getting at? She getting to the point that she just want the village. Like, let's do something like you never invite me to the house, and then goes this, I can have my boys come over and everything. She said, well, you need to be the person that you want. So if you want to attract the person that's more hands-on, you have to be more hands-on yourself. If you want someone to be honest, you got to be honest. You need to attract what you portray. If you don't portray that, you can't attract that because you be hypocritical. So, hypocrite. So Candy said, listen, you didn't invite me to your house either. So like, if you want the boys come to my house, then invite me to your house too. And we can have the play day with kids and everything. You can have the village because, yes, I do understand. When Mama having 2 teenage boys, she does need help and everything. She doesn't know all the answers. And like, no, I don't think nobody does know nobody in the right mind know all the answers. But we gotta get to that. But they say, okay, cool. We will see if they gonna ever live up to the expectations or live up to what they said about go to each other house and spending time with the kids. So Todd, Aaron, and Ralph met up, and basically they just talk about being guys, married, wanting children or having children, and how difficult being children and all stuff like that. Yada yada. Aaron mentioned that he wants another child, and Sonya is a little hesitant about that because remember last week she told us that when they had Ducey, he checked out, meaning that he wasn't really around to help her raise the kids. So I was like, it's crazy that a lot of men does that. Like they so happy. I want a kid. I want a baby. I want a baby. I want a baby. I want a baby. Like they on heat. They got heat box. And when they get the freaking kid, then they have nothing to do with the kid. It's all on the freaking wife or the girlfriend, the baby mama to take care of it. I said, so all that to pump the baby, just to have the baby, but you don't want to put any efforts with the baby, just want to sprinkle money. Like I'm a freaking hole in the street, like throwing money for the kid. No, be their hands on as well, child. But but tell them no. They can have a whole hissy fit. No, don't have a hissy fit with me. Step up. If you want a child, show me that you have a child because they're more willing to have more children with you if they could know that you could be there. For example, Sierra have 3 children, 2 by Russell and 1 from a previous relationship. He wants another child. I said, child, 3 children is enough. But I was like, listen, I think she'd be able to give him another one because I know he's there. He take care of. So she willing to give him more if he willing to take care of it. So you go checked out. How do I know that you're not gonna check out for the next one? Like Potomac, Robin. Juan wants a girl and everything because he hasn't been there for the 2 boys he had previously. So Robin's a little hesitant because like if I'm wanting to have the children, if you go be around, like he wants to get a do-over. So I guess that's probably Aaron's chance that he could do a do-over so he could do what he could do when he didn't do for the son. I said, child. Get out of your mindset of just making them and get in your mindset that being there and help cultivate and raising them. So they talk about all that. And they met up at Blaze and they had a little food, whatever they had. And they talk about their ages. And he said, Aaron said he's 39. I said, okay. Ralph said he's 38. And Todd said he's 48. And I was like, he's 48. And then I was like, okay, maybe he is 48. I was like, I don't know what made me think that he was probably close to 40. Or he was low 40. I said, look, no, he had to be close to his 50s. Like, it does make sense. I was up here looking like, what? Did he say he's 48? He's 40. Why he's 48? And I was calculating, and I said, no, man, Kitty is close to 50 herself. And I said, oh, okay, maybe that's true. I don't know. Maybe I was thinking of some whole little thing. I said, I don't know why I thought he was younger than what he was, but it is what it is. And so, thinking Tom brought up the thing about the assistant. My wife told me about this. And, Cyan told her husband, pillow talk. And they would say yes. And Ralph basically said a whole bunch of nothing in a couple of sentences. Like he was making no type of sense. And it was funny when he was on confessionals, he was saying things and the producer put a question mark. Like, what is he saying? Like, apple met orange and orange met apple when the pear went over to yellow and banana had said something about peaches and the peaches talked about the pears and the pears talked about the grapes and the grapes had nothing to do with have beef with cherries and the cherries had beef with the plums and the plums have beef with the freaking bananas, but bananas didn't know that plums had to beef with them. Like that's what he was saying. He said, all that didn't make any sense, but that's what he was. None of that make any sense. He's like, Chad, what is you saying, man? Like, full of it. I was like, oh wow. Like, talking to this guy, it's like talking to the wall. It's like you can't. It's like a little muscle. You can't get no straight answers out of this guy because he makes stuff up. And then he was saying, "Oh no, I was just saying about it's like the guy and having a massage therapist. You can't find a massage therapist." I said, "You cannot convince me to know that you cannot find a massage therapist in Atlanta. You haven't heard of spas? You can go to spas, you get a massage. If your back was hurting, you go to one of the places a spa cast. I don't know what they have in Atlanta, but I know they have plenty of those places that you go to, make an appointment. You have the spa package that can work on your back and stuff like that. Don't act like you can't find a massage therapist. Like, really? And you will say, "Oh, I'm a man." Just like, it's like, you can't do this because I'm a man. I'm a guy. Like, this is it. And I was like, oh, because you get to see it. I'm a man. They make a joke of it. They make a laughing about it. And that's it. So Marlo was getting her nephew. Oh, what the hell I was saying? Marlo was getting her nephew, Michael, ready for homecoming. And, oh, yeah, push pause. When Marlo was talking to Katie about, she said she had to spend like $1,200 for like a suit, outfit, everything. And I was like, oh, okay, because then he wore the outfit with some sneakers on. And I said, I don't know why he was wearing sneakers. I don't know, is that like a trend or something? Why do you wear a suit with sneakers? I don't like that. That's not cute. Wear some shoes because it defeats the whole purpose of the outfit when you wear a suit with sneakers on. But then again, he even had no dress shirt. He had like a blazer and he had the pants and he had a shirt. And I was like, okay, I guess sneakers work with it. But I was like, nah, it would elevate that whole outfit when he had some nice shoes and some socks. And then he had some dress socks. And I was like, whatever. It's not my nephew. It's not my son. It's not like, I don't care. That's Marlo stuff. But Katie was talking about how Marla said she spent like $200 for suit. And Katie would say, push forward. It's like, why people always equate black to struggle, which I don't like that either. It's like, being black doesn't mean struggle. And if people wear that as a badge of honor, then you have to struggle to be a success story. You have to come from the bottom up to make it big to be a success story. And God forbid you've been raised by money, they clowned you. Classic example, and I know some of y'all might not like it, Potomac. Candace. She grew up with money. But a lot of people in Black Twitter and everything hated her for that. And since then, they never liked her. They never liked her. They didn't give her a chance. And y'all could spend that on her attitude, her this and her mouth and everything. I said no. If before that happened, y'all judge her because she grew up with money. Because she grew up with money, they call, oh, you a spoiled brat, you this, your mom paid for it. I said, so what? Y'all made me rich. Yeah, rich husband paid for things. So what her parents like? I wish I had parents. Like I would have been. I didn't want to be raised in a single parent house, being struggling. No. So stop acting like all black people grew up with struggle. They are black people who grew up privileged. And the privilege does not mean that the people with spoiled brat, they this, they bad people, they this, they can't be a struggle, you better than them because it doesn't mean that they better than you. It doesn't mean that you better than them because you struggle and your success story is more important or better than their source so that they have money. No, stop that. It's all walks of life, it's all economic backgrounds from black culture. But when we divide ourselves with so much turmoil, we even beat each other down with this stuff, and we don't need to do that. But let's push forward. I had a little rant about that. But go back to Marlo, her son, her nephew, homecoming, teaching them and helping them with dancing and how you go dance and all that stuff there. Talk about I guess they probably have the sex talk soon. I don't know all that. But she got teenage boys. She said puberty is happening and everything. So it's a lot. So she have managers who is a couple, married couple, helping her navigate with the two boys. So I said, that's nice. That's nice. Lastly, was Drew was getting her stuff ready. Ralph was playing something special for Drew. Got her ready. Got her flowers. He did like a little mini scavenger thing for her. And she was excited. She was happy. The dress, y'all. Not liking the dress. I ain't like the dress. I said one dress was all up her hip. And it was asymmetrical on the dress. And one side was all on her hips, and the other was here. And I said, what the hell? It didn't look like when you go behind her, it looked like you show her whole ass. Like, what is we seeing here? So I ain't like it. It is what it is. So she went over there, and it's nice. And like, it cringed me when they had all that roses and they had candles around the hoses. I said, y'all gonna try to start a fire with all these candles around these roses like this. I don't know what y'all doing. But it's what it is. It was nice. Sat there, ate some food and stuff. And it's like, this whole scene was ridiculous. Like, they have a conversation, they talking, and it just went left. It just went left real quickly. And I was like, in one moment, I was like, just join the moment. And if there's another point, I was saying, no, like, you don't have to stifle your emotions and feelings to talk about it. You don't have to spoil the moment. Just having a conversation. Now let's get back on track. Let's work on things. Let's work on not belittling each other. Let's work on communication, how we can talk and move forward so we won't get too late. Like, we get highs, but we want to make sure that our lows don't hindering us in a relationship, in a progress of a marriage. He says, like, in this therapy session, then he said, oh, I need to sign you for therapy session so you can know how to talk to a man. I said, woo. And he said, well, I didn't sit there so you don't talk to a woman. Like, you don't know how to talk to a woman. It's like, it just went left real quick, full of it. It's like, gosh, Drew and Ralph, y'all is aggravating us. At the end of the day, I understand that maybe he was feeling slighted, like he did all this, and it was on deaf ears. I said, no, it's not falling on deaf ears. She appreciate that. She likes that gesture. You need to still do that more. And that's not something, don't want to stop doing. But at the same time, you do have to communicate and listen. Because when you shut down when she brings something up. And I do know sometimes in time and place, maybe she should set that heavy conversations to the therapy session because it wasn't a nice dinner. And y'all could have just enjoyed the moment. So I do understand that maybe you should have not ruined that moment, but at the same time, when she was saying some things, it wasn't that bad for you to get on your feelings, Ralph. Or like, gosh, just communicate. And then he's upset. Now he said, oh, maybe I should not do this anymore because this is craziness. And they had a definition. They had a going back and forth about manic. Somebody being manic. And I was like, oh my gosh. So she had to look up the definition of that. And he said, no, this and that. You trying to make it. I was like, oh my gosh. So he got up and walked away. Then before that, she started crying, teared up. So she walked away and tried to get her thing together. And she dapping her eyes. I said, girl, where's the tears at? I ain't seen no tears after freaking eyes yet. And you dapping it. So she went out and she says, all I need, we just need communication. And then he's in his feelings. So now he's out of it. He's over. And then he got up. He said, you know what? I should not do this anymore. And it's like ridiculous. And then left her sitting here eating her food like she's a lost puppy eating the food. I said, oh no. She looks sad. But oh well. That's the man you chose. You stayed with him. So that's what it is, right? Ciao, y'all. That was my view of Real Housewives of Atlanta. If I missed anything, y'all put that in the comment section. Tell me how y'all feel about this episode. It was good. Like I said, I enjoy it. I appreciate the season so far and everything. Real quick, if y'all enjoy my content, please hit that subscribe button, Mizzle 14, and hit that notification bell and click on all so you be notified for all my videos. Also follow my social media channels, Mr. Glown on Instagram, Mizzle_Glown on Twitter. And my Discord is in the description box down below. Stick on that and follow my Discord because we do watch-alongs, we have discussions, and we can talk to me there. So that's that. Without further ado, hold up, let me get off that. Further ado, thank you so much. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Tell me how y'all feel about this episode, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.